Welcome to this week's episode of Down and Distance, where we have some pretty close calls in college football. First up, some game highlights from Miami and A&M. A&M finally putting up some points on Miami. This is when they took over the game. But wait, Miami still has a chance, maybe, possibly, on a punt. I don't know why you would punt that, but it's a good decision up until you didn't get it. Oh, there's a dog pile on the field, and A&M recovers the ball. I don't know why you would punt that when you're down by 2 possessions with 3 minutes left, but it was almost a smart decision. Number 5 almost got in there. But wait, Miami plays solid defense. Get the ball back, 3rd and 10. Short pass, get the 5 yards, and he stayed in bounds. Clock's running. He's slowly getting up. What's he doing? Clock's running down. No timeouts. He still doesn't know what he's doing. So confused. 4th and 4. Here we go. Here's the ball game. And it's no good. A&M wins the game. Great comeback after losing to App State. Oh my goodness, look at that. That was actually not that bad of a play after taking a long time to line up. Troy, App State. Troy finally has a chance, and they score late in the game. They retake the lead. And by the way, we're jumping straight to the forecourt because that's when it gets interesting. App State goes all the way down the field. A chance to win the game. No good on a 4th and goal. But wait, they play solid defense, gets the ball back. They kind of stalled out, but they got a Hail Mary on 4th and 10. 2 seconds left. He drops out the pocket, goes deep, just in front of the goal line, and it is caught! Touchdown, App State! No way did they just win that game. What a comeback. Here's App State's radio call.
To try to knock one down. 3-man rush. Chase going to step up in the pocket. Sets. Throws high into the air. It's up for grabs. It is juggled. Miracle part 2! It's Miracle part 2! Oh, they did it! Don't give up on this my gosh! Don't you do it, baby! Don't you give up on these Mountaineers, baby! Yes, sir! Oh my gosh! Yes, sir!
And I'm just getting started on my highlight. Missouri State putting up points first against Arkansas early in the first quarter. And yes, this is going to be a 4-quarter game all day with highlights. And FCS came to show up against number 10, Arkansas. All right, here we go. Arkansas with the chance to answer. And it is caught! He's going down the field. Touchdown! Wait, where's the signal? They say he's down at the 1, but the ball popped out. They review it. It takes a couple of minutes. Let's see this replay from the pylon camera. Slowly, and he is down right at the 1. Wow. Next play is he getting the end zone, and the ball is out? Missouri State says they have the ball. No way! Missouri State has the football. Let's see the replay. How did they... Oh, wow. Defensive lineman popped the ball loose. The ball is out. Touchdown saving. Wow, Missouri State showed up here. All right. Early the second quarter. Same drive. Going down the field. And it is touchdown. 17-0 unscored points. But Arkansas finally able to put points on the board after a long drive. in the second quarter. About time, but they're not done yet. They managed to stop Missouri State, get the ball back, work down the field, and touchdown. 17-14, just like that, we got ourselves a ball game. Number 10 is not done yet. But wait, don't sleep on them yet, Missouri State yet. 4th and 1, they go for it. Play action. He found a man wide open down the field. Touchdown. Regains the lead. Wow, Arkansas still has not had a lead yet in this game. Here we are, 4th quarter, 2nd and 8, down 10, shuffle pass. He splits the defense and he is gone. Touchdown, back in the game just like that, back in 4th. Missouri State goes 3 and out, has to punt the ball to Arkansas. Arkansas now has a chance to win the game, but first they gotta get a good return. He finds open space, past defenders, 2 more players to go back. He's got wide open field. 10, 5, touchdown Arkansas. 9 minutes left, and that's how they win the game, 38-27, and they finally find a win to win that game. What a crazy day in college football, and I got more to show you. I got some more highlights for you on American Game Day. I just got about just a couple hours to get this episode down and distance out, and I really need time to record. But anyway, here's some other recaps from week 3. Oklahoma shows up to Nebraska 49-14. I got some breaking news later for Nebraska, and Michigan State gets upset to Washington 39-28. I am so hyped up about what happened Saturday. Woo! And then Oregon, if you really even call this an upset, beat number 12 BYU 41-20, even though I did expect Oregon to show up and win this game, but boy, did they win that. Even though it's an upset in the rankings, I really don't think that's much of an upset. But, I mean, I guess you can kind of do that the way BYU beat Baylor. And also, NC State managed to find a way to beat Texas Tech 27-14. Also, number 18, Florida was in the hot seat Saturday night, barely beating South Florida 31-28. They finally found a way in that 4th quarter to separate themselves. Also, Wake Forest find a way to win by 1 point over Liberty, 37-36, avoiding a major upset. And it hurts me a little bit to have Wake Forest favored to win the ACC now that Sam Hartman's back, but I still have confidence. I got more Wake Forest news coming up. Anyway, a big showdown. Big Ten, ACC, Syracuse find a way to beat Purdue in an amazing comeback. I want to show some highlights for this Saturday on American Game Day. I got some, but Syracuse found a way 32-29, and I gotta say, that was one of the most craziest 4 quarters I've ever seen. I kind of ran out of time in this episode, but I promise I'll have some highlights in this game. Also, Notre Dame finally found a win. Marcus Freeman in trouble all the way up into the 4th quarter, but 24-27, not bad. All right. Well, I guess you could see pretty bad, but finally a win. And also, Kansas 3-0 against Houston, 48-30. That was a crazy back and forth game. So weather delays for an hour and 10 minutes. But, I mean, I can't but not believe Kansas right now. Tulane also finding a way. Tulane does it again, and this time they get a win to a Big 12 team, beating K-State 17-10. K-State's got Oklahoma next. Now on to my college pick'em. I mean, I did slightly better this week. 6-4. I got 41 points this week. I'm 18-12. I got a winning record. Okay, I'll take that. But still, wow. What a week in college football. For me being 6-4, I'm quite surprised I have a winning record right now after this week. And I'm going to tell you how I did. By the way, in case you didn't know already, it's probably going to be the last week I explain this, but my college pick-up thing, I do it based on confidence. So I rank the games 1 through 10. Starting with my number 1, I had UCF beating Florida Atlantic. They won 4-14. Man, for some reason, I had a little doubt about UCF, and they end up winning. But why couldn't Miami do that to A&M? I put Miami at 7, and they couldn't score a single point. They let me down. Also, after the big A&M win, if you know who I'm talking about, I put App State at 8. It took a Hail Mary at the end of the game, and if you skip my game highlights, I would go back and see that. That was quite a show. How in the world did they beat Troy? And by the way, I'm going to be explaining that. Go to my Slayer Report podcast. I'm going to be talking all about that crazy game and what I saw. Anyway, boy, Michigan State let me down. I had them at 5, and Washington showed up, won that game. And also, I got Oregon. I picked Oregon beat BYU. Got that right. Got LSU beating Missouri State. Got that right. The one thing that hurts me is Auburn. You really let me down. I really thought you'd be able to pull that upset at home on CBS. Yes, SEC Game of the Week, and you lost 41-12. 30 points. Wow. And NC State, in a close one against Texas Tech, they pull up the win. Also, Oklahoma 10, no doubt about that. Now, how did I do against the spread this week? Let's find out. I went 5-5. Once again, I went 5-5. I think I did that week 1 too. 50 points on the board. I got 120 on the season. I got on 12-18. Not bad. And also, the OU Nebraska, I picked 37 points. I picked 34. Their total combined points was 63. So, yeah, OU kind of doubled that. OU scored 49 points. So, I didn't even get one team's score right. Wow. Alright, anyway, how did I do against the spread this week? I gotta say, I did pretty good. Better than I expected. Oklahoma finally means to cover. Oregon covered really good. Auburn didn't really cover. I so wish I picked Penn State, but it was 2.5, so basically you're kind of picking who wins the game, and that didn't turn out as I expected. App State hurt me a lot. App State 13.5 favored. They won 32-28. Not my best moment. Also not App State's best moment, although they did win pretty big. I did have Michigan State 1.5. That did not happen. They lost by 11 points to Washington. And somehow, some way, I had Miami winning the game. I think I picked Miami. Yeah, I picked Miami. But I had A&M covering. Helped me a lot. I picked A&M 6.5 to cover, and they did. All right, that's my spread. How do y'all think I'm doing so far? Is 12-18 good? I say that's not half bad. All right, it's time for overrated and underrated. First up, I got App State. Now, this one probably hurts me a lot for saying this. A lot of people are like, App State's overrated, but they're not even ranked. Yeah, I know. What an amazing way to beat A&M. But wait, they almost lose to Troy at home in the game that they were supposed to win by 13.5, probably more, now that they beat a ranked Team A&M, who's number 1 in recruiting, and Jumbo Fisher was a coach for Alabama, Nick Saban. Well, back before the head coach at A&M. I guess you can kind of say I am overrating A&M, kind of, not really App State and A&M for this one overrated, but I mean, A&M did beat Miami, but College Game Day went to App State hoping to get a big win, big beatdown over Troy. That didn't happen. I mean, it put up a great show. I mean, it wasn't disappointing at all. What an amazing indie. But still, I mean, how do you end up nearly losing to Troy after having one of your biggest wins in program history and then just inches away? And when I talk about inches, I mean the ball almost hit the ground. If he wasn't in the right place, if he was probably like a couple inches back and didn't pay attention to where the ball was going to fall, he probably would have caught that and scored the touchdown. I mean, by inches of having one of their worst losses at home, come off one of their best wins. All right, that's it for overrated. All right, here's my underrated team. And it may surprise you, it may not. I got Kansas. Now, for those of you in the Big 12 fans, you're probably like, really? Kansas? Underrated? Yeah, I know they're having one of their best starts in a long time, 3-0. But yet, conference play hadn't even started. I mean, they beat Houston, but I know they were favored in the American Conference, but they really didn't. They're really not showing out how they were expected. Really, Houston's overrated, right? Is Houston overrated? Maybe. I don't know. We haven't even started conference play yet. It starts this Saturday. We're about to find out a lot about these teams, really. We're going to get a lot of answers. Especially Kansas, because they're playing Duke. A basketball matchup. Yeah, college basketball is back Saturday night. Duke versus Kansas. A big game. Top 10 matchup. Can't wait to see that. March Madness is back and they're starting it up early. Anyway, yeah, back to underrated Kansas. I would say, Big 12 fans, look out for Kansas. You do not want to sleep on them. Kansas is not a team to sleep on this year. Anyway, let's go to the NFL Week 2 recap for this week. The Jets, just like the Giants last week, find a way to win. They beat the Browns 31-30 by 1 point. Jets' first win in about 2 seasons. And also, Buccaneers struggled to the Saints majority of the game. They found a way to take over in the second half, 20-10. And also, I think Tom Brady broke a laptop. Because of NFL rights, I'm not allowed to show NFL replays. But I wish I could show you this. But I got a funny video. You can just go to Twitter and search up Tom Brady, and you'll likely see him throwing a fit or some highlights of Tom Brady throwing himself on the sideline before halftime. Anyway, Panthers, Giants. It's a big game. Because due to local things, the areas, I was not able to see that game. But I did see some highlights. Giants, once again, found a win. 19-16. Congratulations. You beat Baker Mayfield. And also, I want to give a major congratulations for Dallas finally winning a game. But it's also against Joe Burrow, 20-17, so not that bad. Also, New Orleans Panthers against the Steelers. Good solid game, good close game. The Patriots found a way, 17-14. Cardinals against the Raiders, overtime, 2-point conversion. Kyle Murray running around the field for an hour. Oh my goodness, how long was that? Did that 2-point conversion take? Man, took forever, but he finally found the end zone, getting those 2 points, winning 29-23 in overtime. All right, we got some Monday Night Football tonight. 6:15. Tennessee, Buff. You can go ahead. I guess I'm going to start doing my picks for Monday Night Football here on this show. You can put my pick, Buffalo. Buffalo is going to win this game. Also, we got another game. Yeah, there's going to be 2 games on ESPN tonight. On ABC at 7:30, you got the Minnesota Vikings, Philadelphia Eagles. You can go ahead and put my pick on the Vikings. I think they're going to win this game. Although I don't pay that close attention to the NFL, I do feel strong that I'm going to have the Vikings win this game. For some reason, I just feel like they're going to win. Alright, now on to my rankings! Real quick, because really not much happened. Teams just finally found a way to win these games, these ranked teams. But anyway, 21 I got Washington, 22 Michigan State, 22 I got Minnesota up there, 24 I got Penn State, 25, shocker, Kansas! Yeah, I've got Kansas ranked, Penn State ranked, Minnesota jumping up a spot in Michigan State, even though they lost to Washington, I dropped it down, moving Washington in. So, those are my 3 new teams jumping in this week. I'm sure Michigan State and Kansas are probably the most surprising for you. Alright, moving on to the next one. 16, I got Wake Forest. 17, Arkansas. 18, Pitt. 19, I've got Ole Miss. And number 20, who do I have? I got Oklahoma State. How far did I make these drops? Alright, 18, 19, 20. They've all moved up a couple spots. I like what they did. Arkansas and Wake Forest just enough. They barely won their games, so not enough to move in my rankings. And really not much changed. I mean, I guess 21 through 25 was probably the most changes because I got through new teams entering. But I think this one might be the biggest jumps, 11 through 15. 11, NC State. 12, A&M. 13, I got Clemson. 14, USC. Big jump in my rankings. And BYU, they fell a lot. Dropped 5. USC up 4. NC State, you notice I dropped them 3 points, so you can obviously see that I got a big team jumped in my top 10. Who's jumped in my top 10? Let's find out. Here are my top 10 teams in my rankings for heading into week 4. Number 7, Oklahoma, still at 7. Number 8, I got Utah. Number 9, Oregon. And number 10, Baylor. Alright, there may be surprises for you, and I got my top 6 teams up next. But Oregon jumps into my top 10. Wow, I really like what Oregon did against BYU. I moved them in, they're moving back. The Pac-12, I feel confident. The Big 12, I feel confident. Now, it's time for my top 6 teams. Alright, number 1, I still have Ohio State. Alright, no change there. Number 2, I still got Alabama at number 2. So again, no changes in my top 2 yet. I still feel confident in my top 2. Also, 3, still no change. Georgia. Obviously, these are the 3 best changes. I haven't made very little changes to my 3. Yeah, I flipped Ohio State to Georgia last week, but I still feel confident. Kentucky, I still have them at 6. First shutdown. Wow. Allowing 0 points. First time they allowed that to happen. You can't move up any further, as I have Michigan and Tennessee both winning their games. I feel really confident about my top 6 right now. Although, conference play starts this week, so it's going to be hard to tell what's going to happen. But I feel really confident, really confident in my top 7 right now. You can really put Oklahoma in there. Has the best shots at the playoffs right now. And conference play starts this week, and we're about to find out. AP poll. They got Georgia at 1, Alabama 2, Ohio State at 3. So really, again, No change there. Number 6. Let's find out what they got. Oklahoma, again, no change there at number 4. Who they got at their 4th spot? They have Michigan. So again, our top 4, same teams, although Ohio State and Georgia flipped. Also, I think they'll agree with me later on, but they got Clemson at number 5. So no change in the top 6 this week. No change in the top 7 in both my rankings and the AP rankings this week. Also some AP notes. Washington jumps in at 18. Oregon went up 10 spots. And Miami falls 12 spots down, and Michigan State's out of the rankings. Alright, I also have one quick headlines for you. Nebraska fired their defensive coordinator after allowing 49 points to Oklahoma. Yeah, not a great start after just firing your head coach, Scott Frost. So, and also, there were also some rumors of them hiring Urban Meyer. Yeah, Urban Meyer shut that down this morning, and that rumor is no longer possible. So, who is Nebraska going to hire? We'll likely probably figure out about a couple months. It's going to take a couple of months to figure out. There's going to be some rumors going around, but anyway, let's move on from that. Let's just enjoy the rest of college football and just remember, Nebraska is having a down year, or really a down century. Alright, let's check around what's going around the network. Every Monday, we got the Slayer Report podcast, be describing what I saw in college football, NFL, college basketball, NBA, UCFL, XFL, all the other sports. Just me going on ranting about what's happening and just whatever I like to talk about. It doesn't even have to be sports related. And also, this show, Down and Distance, every Monday night, 6 o'clock, just recapping college football news. And also, first Monday of every month, 6:30, Hot Seat, answer y'all's important questions. And also, every Saturday morning, it's our Pick'em show, just talking about what games are on that Saturday, 10 a.m. And also, if you haven't already, check out our website for the latest news, sports scores, and anything you want to know about sports. Alright, that's all we have for around the network. Alright, now it's time for the games to watch this week for week 4. Thursday, 6:30, ESPN. West Virginia, Virginia Tech, a very important game for these two programs as they're both fighting to have a chance in their conference. They'll likely not be successful in their conference, but they have a chance to improve their non-conference schedule, and I got West Virginia winning this game. Alright, Virginia now, and Syracuse, a big ACC matchup on Friday night at 6 o'clock ESPN. I actually got, after the way they beat Purdue, I go with Syracuse to win this game. Alright, now let's jump to Saturday's games, 11 o'clock ESPN 2. Baylor, Iowa State, a big Big 12 matchup. See what I did there? Alright. Iowa State is looking to pull off an upset here. Baylor, coming off of a loss to BYU 2 weeks ago. They're ranked 17. Looking to bounce back up the Big 12 as really your season's restarts right here. I'll have my picks. Watch them in game day for my picks. Again, very big game. Alright, next game. Notre Dame and North Carolina. Another big game for future, or I guess not really future, but technically ACC matchup if Notre Dame would ever join a conference. But I think these are two programs that are really struggling right now. Notre Dame especially unexpected, and Mac Brown gotta get something going at North Carolina, and this game will prove if they could do that. All right, the Fun Belt time. Jade Madison's first conference game against App State, who just had an amazing Hail Mary game against Troy. Fun game to watch on ESPN+. Now we got Minnesota, Michigan State, a fun Big Ten matchup. Let's see what the future. I think the winner of this game will likely be ranked once again. I already have Minnesota ranked, and I think you got to keep a close eye on Minnesota. I think they have a chance to pull this up. I think this is really an upset that they're going to pull off. All right, I got to go quick because I'm right at the 30-minute mark. I got 2 more games to talk about, I promise. And these are 2 really big games. Florida, 20. Tennessee, 11. SEC Game of the Week on CBS. Huge game. I think ESPN is making this their Game of the Week. But this is a big game. Got to pay close attention to these 2. One of these 2 is going to be the favorite in the SEC. And the winner of this game probably will likely be in their conference. Or you could throw Arkansas in that mix too. And of course, Alabama and Georgia is also up there. But we already know one of those 2 are going to be there. But again, pay close attention to Florida and Tennessee. Especially Tennessee. They might surprise you. And also, a big game for the Pac-12. Can Washington State pull off this upset against number 15 ranked Oregon? I don't know, but again, another must-watch game for the Pac-12. All right, Arkansas, A&M, another huge game for the SEC. Pay very close attention to those 2, as A&M is has probably the hardest strength of schedule. Both these 2 teams have the hardest strength of schedule right now, and Arkansas is favored, I think, in my favor. Arkansas is favored. All right, USC, Oregon State, another big game to watch for the Pac-12. All right, potentially upset alert for Lincoln Riley. All right, college basketball is back, starting at 11 on FS1. Duke, Kansas, a big top 10 game. Can't wait to see this. I'll mostly be watching other college football games while this is going on. But again, can't wait to see that game. Alright, game of the week! 11 o'clock ABC. I've been hyping this game up before the season starts because Wake Forest is my favorite to win the ACC. Clemson is favored to win the ACC for the media. 5 versus 21. This game really proved, is Wake Forest good enough to win? This is really the ACC championship game. I don't know why ESPN is not featuring this the game of the week. I am really excited to talk about this game. I am so hyped. I got a lot to talk about that Saturday on American Game Day. And I got a lot to talk about that on the Slater Report podcast. You can watch that too. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next Monday, 6 o'clock. See you next time.